Hey guys, I am Game Advisor and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the new Project Zomboid multiplayer that just got released to the main stable branch. So if you didn't know already, Build 41, or also known as iWombus, was the beta branch for Project Zomboid, where they were working on new models, mechanics, and an entirely new game engine from what I understand, and building the game from the ground up, since they didn't like the previous game engine and had limitations with it. Graphically it looks better, mechanically there's a lot more new mechanics in it, and we're just going to talk a very short amount about that and about it being released to stable branch, and then we're going to specifically focus in on how the multiplayer functions work and whether or not they're any good. So let's kick this video off by simply just talking about Build 41 in general. Now, I could sit here and go over the entire list for you, but I'm just going to talk about some of what I found to be the most interesting new mechanics that are brought to us in Build 41, since you probably haven't played it yet if you've been playing on the older versions or haven't used the beta branch. First up is the new animations and new combat systems. There's an entirely new combat system within the game where you have all these unique mechanics, such as being able to be pulled down by zombies, for an example, when there's too many around you. You can also adjust their strength levels in the settings before you start a map, which is very nice, as you can also turn off this mechanic if you find it too challenging. I would say in difficulty, Build 41 is a pretty big step up from Build 40. There's a lot of mechanics that are going to make this game more challenging for you. You also have armor now that actually dramatically will affect how much damage you're going to take and the risk of getting bitten or scratched or any other injuries when you're wearing things. Just to give you an example here, even taking off your sneakers and walking around in socks now will actually get your feet scratched, which will cause you to get infections and all sorts of other bad stuff. They've added new combat, new weapons. They now have a tutorial which will teach you the very basics. They've also gone and added a new city, which I'm not going to spoil for you guys, so I'll let you explore that yourself if you don't already know. It's supposedly pretty cool, so I would check it out. There's also a new stamina system kind of built within the game and a requirement for sleep that we didn't have to deal with before. Basically, the way this boils down is the more activity you do in the game without resting, the more tired your character will get, until eventually you get to the point where your attacks are slower, you're weaker, you do less damage, and so you're better off even just sitting down in a chair for a few minutes and letting the time pass. Overall, this was definitely a huge update and has a lot of content. I'm not going to go into any more, as I don't want to spoil it for those of you who want to play it, but if you do want to see more and you guys want to see more talks about the actual content that was added with Build 41, make sure to like and subscribe, as I'll be putting out more content about that if you guys do enjoy this video. Otherwise, we should talk about the multiplayer really quick though. The multiplayer in Project Zomboid with Build 41 is still a little bit of a work in progress. At the moment, I believe you can only have 16 players on Build 41. Yes, you technically can, I believe, make public servers, but the devs have made it very clear they do not recommend this at this time because the game does not have the protection it needs to prevent you from getting hacked or having other issues with your game. So they recommend you do whitelisted servers. In other words, play with your friends, play with people you trust or know. That way you don't really have to worry about that. Now, aside from that and a 16-player limit, the other thing I want to talk about with the multiplayer is there does seem to be a little bit of a lag. I noticed when I was playing with my buddy, anytime we were walking around, you would kind of see when he walked into my line of vision, he would kind of lag forward. I'm not entirely sure if this was just our experience, so let me know in the comments if you guys had a different experience, but personally, we both saw it and we think there is a minor amount of lag in there, but once he was in my vision and we stayed in my vision, I didn't seem to have that issue anymore. So once again, let us know what you guys thought of the multiplayer. We thought it definitely still needed some work, and it clearly needs work on the back end. But aside from that, it does work on its basic premise of allowing us to actually play multiplayer in iWombus and Build 41 now. I know a lot of us have been asking for it, so I'm very excited to have it available. With all that being said, we've been having a ton of fun with Project Zomboid and with Build 41. If you want to see more content on it, again, please subscribe and like this video, or at the very least, leave me a comment down below letting me know what kind of content on Project Zomboid you guys would like to see. At the end of the day though, thank you so much for watching. I'm Game Advisor, and I'll see you next time.